money, when the not saving, you be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for that. I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll see.
It's set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Here's the former K-Stater Matthew McCrane to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Mahomes. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's Tyler Newsome now. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They run. Devontae Freeman. Able to make one man miss, but he will be corralled around the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Ryan, wide open receiver, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the gun, it's Ryan. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. On second down now, it's Freeman. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On second down, Swift. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Punching it in from a yard away. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Matthew McCrane on for the PAT. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or 2. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Yellow. I'm the check.
On first down, Grant. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Butker's kick here is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
20.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, it looked like the offensive line let him down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones, his 2nd sack of the night. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's Desmond Trufant, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
He can't hang. He's not getting. Hey, high 7. Get out.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
21.
Right there. 54, right there. 54 Mike.
On third down, Ryan. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Fourth down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this from 53. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to have the hook up to Izzo. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now it's Mahomes again. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up this weekend in the NFL. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this 2nd half. This is taken at his 4. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. And maybe he's starting to wait. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead, now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Let's get it.
To throw on 3rd down, Ryan. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
36 yards on the play.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. On second down, it's Grant. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays, and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Ready to go.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throw right side of the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Hey, Zoo. You don't see me in your nightmare, son.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Ryan now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
I got it.
Throwing again. Ryan. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept their minute by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Mahomes going to throw, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They are making plays on the football, contesting everything.
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup, and that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports.
Set 18 Gator.
Silver.
Rush now.
On second down now, Swift. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down there on a pickup at 25. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Pilot, 64, weak. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Pitts. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On second down, Swift. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Here's Beathard to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to Ito Smith that time, and it's 3rd and 5.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Falcons on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They go back to the ground now with Smith. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
After the made field goal, here's McCrane back out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Keenum. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brady. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Keenum. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brady. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Keenum under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Keenum going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Keenum now to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check safety, check safety.
Fair.
Switch it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll throw here. Beathard throwing right, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw Beathard. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and it was